Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to go ahead and do my first ever story time. So before I jump into my story time video, I just want to go ahead and do a quick disclaimer. This channel is very raw, so damn raw that we are like borderline undercooked to the point where you probably could get food poisoning raw. Like I say how it is, I say how I feel, and I say what I want. So I may have the occasional swear word or whatever the situation is in this channel. I try to refrain from that on my gaming channel just because I don't know, I just do. But on this channel, like I said, I really want it to be like 100% like however I want to talk, whatever I want to say, however I want to say it is going to come out that way, and that's that. So if you get, like I said, easily offended or you don't like curse words, not that I'm going to do any of those things, you probably aren't going to really like this video or this channel. Again, not saying that I'm going to do it, but I don't know. It could happen because this is a pretty heated story. So anyways, yeah, it being October and stuff like that, I felt like I would tell you guys a couple stories. I'm not in this video, but like, you know, along as the month goes, of some scary shit that's happened to me. Because let me tell you, boo, where I live, it's a pretty busy area, and it can change from night to day, 0 to 100 real quick. There are areas where you've got mansions, and then there are areas where all of a sudden it is very run down and scary to the point where, you know, you probably would not walk by yourself at night there. Like, there are so many different dynamics of my city in such a small space. It's crazy. Like, for example, where I live, it's pretty nice. It's not like the most, you know, upscale place ever, but it's nice and it's safe. Then let's just go ahead and progress a few blocks, and then we have this poor house that keeps getting vandalized and broken into, and kids are actually throwing rocks at the windows, and people live here and doing like spray painting all over these people's house and home, and it's just scary. It's scary, but they have no choice but to live there. So that is not that far from my house. Like, it's not. It's like down the street, maybe a few blocks. So, I mean, that's how quickly things change in this city. So I always have to be on guard. I always have to like watch my back. And I recently bought pepper spray and a folding knife because I've had so many experiences, this one being the worst, that I fear actually for my safety sometimes, and this is a perfect example why. So let me go ahead and tell you about the time I was followed home. So it was probably, I would say, a year or two ago. It was, I think, summertime, and the living was easy. And I actually had and the reason I'm telling you guys this is because this is all important to the detail. Everything I say will be important to the story. I actually had a Volkswagen 2007 Volkswagen Jetta that I had modified myself. I was very, very proud of it because I really, like, if you guys don't know, I love cars. So I modified it. It was all souped up. I did so many different mods to it, and I was really, like I said, proud of it. So I know there's like a big like VW enthusiast community. A lot of people click like with Honda, and if you guys are not car people, then you probably don't know that, but like Subs and like all that, they click together. And so I don't know, I wasn't really in any of those clicks. I just kind of like loved VW at the time, Volkswagen, and so it was whatever. So I actually was like at home one day, and my husband was downstairs. He was playing his FIFA game, you know, zoned in like a damn zombie. Like, it was like nobody's business. Like, I'm pretty freaking positive he didn't even hear me leave at this point. So I was like, I don't know, I'm kind of hungry, you know. It's like 11 o'clock at night. This place closes at like, what, 12? It's like a weekend. I'm super hungry. I need to eat. So I seriously am not even kidding you. I had some black shorts on, and I had a tank top, my hair looking ratchet as fuck, and everything else was just not looking cute that day. I don't know, I was just, like I said, I really needed to get myself a 6-inch turkey Italian sub or whatever the hell it was at the time. So I got in my car and I went by myself because it's not that far from my house, and I didn't think anything was gonna happen, and I had just moved here, so I was kind of naive. So I went to Subway, and I got in my car. You know, I had my music on at the time. I had a system in my car, you know, bland music, blasting music, feeling like a badass, whatever. And I go into the Subway, and I notice like there's this car next to me. And it's a Volkswagen, so I notice it. But it's like an older Volkswagen, like the previous model to mine. And I'm like, cool, you know, alright, cool. The windows are tinted, I can't see anything, and it's gray. I'm like, whatever. So, you know, I open my door, try not to hit them, and I go into Subway, order my sandwich. I'm all excited, getting really hungry now. And, you know, I'm just chilling. I'm minding my own damn business. Like, there was nothing going on, you know. And so when I left, I didn't expect anything. The car was still there. It was fine. It was totally fine. And it's like a shopping center where there's like stores and stuff like that, and in the middle there's like a parking lot, and it kind of loops around a little bit, and there's like a bigger parking lot, and there's like just a whole bunch of stores. So this is a pretty freaking big parking lot, but this person was parked next to me, or I parked next to them. So again, I'm not thinking anything weird or different. There's 1,000 freaking Volkswagens, and they weren't being suspicious. So I get in my car, I back out, put my music on, it's blasting, it's blaring, it's whatever. Jennifer's in La La Land, blah, 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 you know, jamming out, minding my own business. I got my Subway on the seat. I got my Diet Coke in the coaster or the cup holder. Life is pretty freaking damn sweet right now, let me tell you, okay? And those baked Lays, they were calling my name, okay? I get up to the light. You know, I'm gonna go make a left to go to my house. Cool, we're chilling, we're Gucci. So I'm looking in the rear view and I'm like thinking to myself, a Volkswagen's behind me, whatever. You know, again, I didn't think anything of it because this is a pretty big city, a lot of people, a lot of places they could go. And again, this is a mean street, so it wasn't uncommon that someone would be behind me. And the only thing that was odd was that they were right behind me after I left, okay? So I'm like driving to my house or whatever, and I kind of forget about it because it's like a long straight shot, and I kind of forget, and you know, I don't know, I just wasn't thinking anything of it. I wasn't paying attention. So I went and I'm going down this windy road to get to my house, and I kind of start noticing as I pull into my community, there's like a gated community behind me, but we're like kind of off of that, so we're not gated or whatever, but we're like in that community. There's cameras and things like that, but like you know, and there's a lot of people, so I again was being kind of stupid and naive and wasn't paying attention, and Mr. Bozo was behind me still, following me. And I've never seen this car before. Like, I've never seen this car before, but it was too late. I was already in the driveway. And this driveway is small and narrow, and there is no freaking way you're getting out of it unless you back up and turn around. So all of a sudden, when I start realizing this guy's hot on my trot, man, he is like so freaking close to me. He is riding my ass. He better pull my hair. Like, it was so freaking close to me. I thought I could smell his breath. And the only reason I think I didn't really realize so much is because I was so distracted by my music, and I was so just distracted by myself because I'm like kind of like a dodo bird out in the wild. And I finally realized, like, too late. He already knows kind of where I live. It's done. I try to whip the car around, and I go into my my neighbor's driveway, and I try to reverse it into the garage. And when I did that, he pulls up behind me, like he floors it behind me, and there's no there's no way out. There's no way out. Like, I'm trapped. So I'm like, crap, dude, like, what am I supposed to do? I have whoever it is behind me, and I don't know what to do. So this guy is like, he blocks me from getting into my garage. My garage door's open at this point. I'm like, cool, you know, I'll make enough noise. I'll start banging pots, whatever, start yelling. He's busting his system like it's gonna freaking explode. Hubby gonna hear me though, right? He gonna hear me though, right? No, he didn't hear shit. And I'm sitting there, and this guy gets out of his car, and the first thing I smell is cigarette butt so damn strong, I thought he was going to singe my nose hairs. It was seriously like he had taken an ashtray with him and dumped it in my car. So he gets up to my car. My car's rolled down because I had tinted windows. My car windows rolled down because I was trying to like see what the freaking heck I was doing. My phone from the Force, because I had it kind of hooked up to the cell phone jack, or the audio jack, the auxiliary cord, it had flown on the floor. And so I'm sitting here like this, trying not to move, and thinking of all the times that I've watched, you know, CSI and like true crime shows, and I'm like, don't piss him off, because if he's a serial killer, you don't want to make him angry. So I like think about all of these things in my head, and I'm also thinking about the pocket knife that I had actually found a week prior. So while he's like coming up to my car, and I'm like, he's already like almost there, like this happened so fast. I have the car with me first still, and I'm ready. Like, I'm revving the engine before he gets out and comes to me. I'm ready to, like, plow his freaking car. Like, I did not care at this point. Like, I'm ready to start playing some Demolition Derby in the middle of my driveway because I was so scared at this point. Like, who's the freaking hell are you to follow me home? I was so scared, so scared, so scared. So anyways, I remember this pocket knife, and I'm like, he's coming up to me, so I grab it. I grab it out of the center console, and I have it like in between my legs kind of, and I'm like hiding it with my hands as he's like approaching me because I don't know what to do. I didn't know if I get out of the car, scream. I'm trying to keep calm. Like, being in that kind of a situation, you don't know what to do. Like, it just takes you off guard. So he comes up to my car, and he goes, hey, and he looks at me, and he's like looking at me up and down, and he goes, nice car. And I go, thank you. Like thinking to myself, what the fuck do you want though? Like, why are you following me home? And he was like, so what are you doing out this late? And I'm like stupid as hell making conversation with this guy, trying to like keep it cool. Like I'm not sweating or dying inside. Like I was having a panic attack. And I'm trying to keep calm because I don't want him to freak out or think I'm going to freak out and then, you know, get him in trouble, because he was rough looking. Like he was a Caucasian male, not that that matters, but I'm just giving you a visual image. He was Caucasian male, he had brown hair, he was older, he was probably like in his 40s. He had kind of like weathered skin and he smelled of cigarette smoke. He was wearing a white shirt. Like I literally remember everything. And I just cannot get over the way he smelled. And like, I really can't, dude, take a shower. So anyways, he was like, nice car. And I'm like, thank you. And he's like, what are you doing out so late? I was like, actually, I was just grabbing a bite to eat. And it was kind of awkward. Like he would just kind of pause and look at me. Like, I don't know what the freaking hell he was thinking, but my hands were like this and I couldn't reach my phone. And I'm like, kind of looking out the window up, and I can see my son, and he's like, Mommy, like talking in the window. I'm like trying to make gestures while this guy's like, you know, looking for my car at his, and I'm trying to like make gestures to Dominic to go get Juan, and nothing. So anyways, as I was proceeding to, again, have a panic attack and die, he goes, so where'd you get your emblem on the back of the car? And I'm like, well, I didn't get it anywhere. I plasti dipped it. If you guys know what plasti dip is, just YouTube it. So I plasti dipped it, and he's like, oh, where'd you get the cans? And I'm like, I got the cans from Home Depot. You can buy them there for like $3. It's super cheap. It's whatever. And he was like, yeah, it's really nice. I'm like, okay, cool. Whew, I can breathe. Girl, it's all good, you know. Take a Xanax. You're good to go. Like, you don't need to be freaking out anymore. Like, there's no reason for you to freak out. He just wanted, you're overreacting, bro. I mean, come on, look at you. Mess, okay? You're overreacting. He just wanted to know what your emblem was from. Okay, cool. So anyways, I'm thinking it's over. It's a done deal. I'm like, well, thank you. You know, I gotta go inside now. And he is like, who do you live here with? I was like, excuse me? Like, who do I live here with? I didn't want to say by myself, because then if he wants to come back here and like try to visit me or something, you know? So I said, no, I live here with my family. I live here with my husband, I live here with my mom, a few roommates, a dog, a cat, a pit bull. Don't have the pit bull, but you know what I mean. So anyways, he was like, oh, you're married. And I didn't have my ring on me at that time because I was running out to get a sub. Like, the only 6 inches I was trying to get was from Subway, okay? You get what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't trying to do anything disgusting or anything, so like, I didn't have reason to like really wear it or whatever. I was literally just going out to get Subway. So he goes, why aren't you wearing your wedding ring? And I go, because I just went out the door. I'm like, I really gotta get inside though right now. Like, my son, he's, you know, he's trying to, you know, call for my attention. My husband's in there playing FIFA, like he ain't freaking paying attention. And I'm over here having a conversation with Bozo the Clown. So anyways, he proceeds to look me in the eyes, deep gaze, stick his head in my car. I'm like, no, 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 homeboy, I'm about to play, okay, some Walking Dead stuff, and just wham, you right in the cabeza. Like, I wanted to so bad, but he isn't a threat right now, and I'm like so uncomfortable. Like, this guy's head is in my car. Like, what do you do at this point? Do you beat him up? Because he's like 200 and something pounds and I'm over here like 120. Like, what am I supposed to do? So I let the guy gaze. He's looking at my car. I'm like thinking, geez, you come one step closer to my tots or you're gonna get a fistful of metal. Like, you're gonna get a head full of metal, whatever. Probably already a metalhead, but you get what I'm saying. So anyways, he backs his stanky breath up off me and he looks at me again and he goes, you remind me of my ex-wife. I shit you not. He looked at me deep in the eyes and told me that I reminded him of his ex-wife. And the first thing that I'm thinking, people, is ex? Why? You killed her? Because that's all I could think about. Like, he had Ted Bundy, serial killer, written all over his damn face. And after that point, it got really freaking creepy. So, I mean, I didn't even know what to say to him at this point. I just kind of like chuckled and laughed, like very awkwardly, like, huh. Okay, like, yeah, so I was like, you know what, I really gotta go now. I'm like, you know, hopefully everything works out with you for the car and that kind of thing, but yeah, I gotta go. Like, I didn't know what to say, you know. Why would you follow somebody to their house to ask them about their car emblem that you could easily look up on eBay? And then why would you ask somebody why they aren't wearing a wedding ring? Why would you ask if they live with anybody? And why the hell would you tell them that they remind you of your ex-wife? Is that why you followed me home? Because you've got some freaking mommy issues or something, and like you have some sort of attachment to your ex that's probably, hopefully, scared shit of you. Well, hopefully not scared shit of your ass, but obviously she's an ex for a reason. That's my point. I was so scared, you guys. I thought he was going to like pull me out of my car and take me with him. Like, I didn't know what to do. So the story doesn't necessarily end, but you know, after I kind of gave him the issue and told him I was married, and you know, basically not giving him any inclination that I was interested, but at the same time I was so stupid and naive. Like, I should have been paying more attention and I wasn't, and it was a really bad situation. It could have gone extremely bad. So after that, he got back in his car and he was like, oh, well, it was nice to meet you. And I didn't say anything. Like, you know, I was just trying to like shut up and be quiet at that point. And he gets back in his car and he reverses it out and he leaves. I'm like kind of like shaking at this point and trembling. You know, I take the knife, I put it back in the center console, and I try to like get my life together in like an instant. I reverse back into the garage and I grab my Subway. As I get into my Subway, you know, I lock the door and I like shut the garage door or whatever. I like start crying. Like, I just start crying. It's so stupid. Like, why are you crying? Why are you crying? Like, I start crying because I was so scared. And what was the most frustrating thing for me is to see my son in that window and he couldn't do anything for me. And then going into the house and my husband still freaking playing FIFA. And he was playing something, I don't know what it was. It was like US versus Barcelona. And I seriously took the freaking remote and I threw it and I looked at him and I said, is this more important to you than your wife's safety? Like, bruh, is this more important? He goes, what are you talking about? I explained the entire situation to him, and he was like freaking out at me. Like, he was getting pissed off at me. I'm like, why are you getting mad? I'm like, dude, he's like, you should have called me or something. I'm like, I couldn't. My phone was on the floor. Like, I just told you what happened. And so long story short, you know, that was like, everything was fine. Husby's more aware now. He's got it. Like, why you tripping at me, boo boo? I didn't do nothing. Like, this guy was a creep and he was following me. Like, maybe he had good intentions. You see, that's me always believing the good in people. But at the end of the day, what he did was weird. What he did was creepy. And what he did was extremely intrusive on just anybody. Like, how would you feel if you had some random guy following you home and asking about your emblem? Like, in my personal opinion, that was an excuse just to talk to me. He probably saw me come out of Subway and thought, damn boo, ex-wifey right there, and followed me home based on the fact that we had something in common, and maybe the emblem was an excuse. I don't know. So that's just like one of the biggest stories that's happened to me, and it's been 2 years, so a lot of the finer details and more intricate parts of the story I don't really remember so much, but I do remember the key parts, and that's the key part. And it's a pretty scary situation. It's extremely scary. I have other stories of things that have happened, and and different. So if you guys are interested in hearing more stories, just let me know in the comments down below with the sun and shit, and let me know if you guys have anything creepy. Have you ever been followed home? And if so, let me know in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching my first story time video, and let me know if you want more. Okay, bye guys.